Katie.
Hey guys, Katie from the Katie Show blog here, and guess what? I've moved. I'm pretty excited to be coming to you here today from America. Very excited for that. I just have a little hotel room makeshift office going on here, so I'm excited to be coming to you from America. I thought I would just jump on quickly and make a quick video on where I've moved to. I want to announce that, and then maybe just chat about the move and you know, what happened, and maybe also why I kept it a secret. So yeah, let's just have a chat. If I start getting shiny, it's because I had to turn the air conditioning off in the room because it's so loud and you wouldn't be able to hear me talk. So if I start progressively getting shinier, that's why. It's pretty stuffy in here. You can't open a window or anything. So yeah, I've moved to America. So excited. We actually only got 3 weeks notice to move. So if you've been sort of following along, you knew we're sort of in that process of like, we'll probably be moving soon because it was meant to be May and it got pushed out because of COVID. And I know I've been talking about it in my weekly lives in the Facebook group, sort of little updates of like, it might be December, it might be earlier, there was no sort of set in stone knowing what was going to happen. So then I just sort of stopped talking about it, but we knew that it was going to be coming, at least probably this year. So kind of ready for that, like mentally ready to get going, but nothing official. And then we got the official notice with 3 weeks notice to move across the world in the middle of a pandemic. So it was pretty crazy there for a minute, just getting everything organized and getting all the appointments set for, moving the household goods and shipping the car and getting everything checked and all that. But it went pretty smooth. Everything got done in one go, so that was very happy about that. It did go smoothly. We made it here fine, and now just ready to start that new chapter. Get out, get exploring, and just see and experience as much of America as possible. Hear as many accents as possible. See as many big trucks as possible, and just experience like what life in mainland America is like, because I've never lived here, so literally everything is new to me right now. Initially I kind of thought I would announce it and just be sharing the process like start to finish, but I ended up just keeping it a secret sort of for two reasons. One was just it was such short notice. I needed all my time to be focusing on the move, you know what I mean? Because I was still keeping up my blog. I didn't miss a blog post or any of my schedules, so I was still doing all that, plus like trying to move on 3 weeks notice. So I needed all my energy to be on getting everything done. But secondly, and probably the biggest reason, is just because I find that people in the military community, and it's not everyone, so it's not like a blanket statement of everyone, don't get offended if this doesn't fit what you do, but there's certainly enough people that get a little bit like nosy or intrusive and want a lot of details when they don't want a relationship with me otherwise, you know what I mean? So we've got like the people that comment on a ton of my photos, we're DMing with like friends, even if we haven't met, like we've got that connection, got that relationship, and we're basically friends that just haven't met in person yet. So I've got that side of my following, and my following is small enough that like if you comment semi-frequently even or DM, like I can recognize your name because I see the same names coming up, so we have like those people that I have a relationship with and like I consider us friends, so when they ask those type of questions like, oh, where are you gonna be living, where are you moving to, it's kind of just like a normal friend would do. I would ask them the same, and then this whole other chunk of people, and it just goes with the territory of having a blog and putting yourself out there, but there's this whole other group that just like watch what you're doing, like a stranger watching from the window, and they just watch and they observe quietly in the background, and they don't want that connection otherwise. But then they come out of the blue and send messages like, where are you moving, where are you living now, like where are you gonna be? And that makes me incredibly uncomfortable, because I always just want to be like, hi, nice to meet you, like how are you, before just asking for my location, because it's a little bit, I don't know, it just makes me uncomfortable. It feels like a stranger walking up to you when you're at the store or something, and they just are like, where do you live? And I would just be like, no, why do you want to know? Like, that's creepy. Hi, I'm Katie. You know what I mean? So I'm sure they don't mean it as a creepy way, but like you have to understand it does come across like a stranger just asking where you live is a little bit creepy, you know, if you don't want any sort of connection otherwise. So if you're in that camp, maybe start building a friendship before you want to ask where people live. And I know it's like not even necessarily them thinking anything bad. Maybe they just got curious or a little bit nosy and just wanted to know or whatever. Not even that they might be creepy, but I'm coming from that perspective of like since starting a blog and especially like being in this military community, like I've had wives sit in my driveway and stalk my house. I've had them try and like bring my husband into it to get him into trouble or like weave him into things. And if you follow my blog, you know I don't post about him. Like I keep it completely separate because that's like my private life. And try and like get my blog shut down and start rumors and all that. So like I've experienced that side of it, which is kind of the negative side of blogging. And so if you're one of those people that doesn't want a relationship but wants to know my location, like for me, it's like that trigger that maybe you're in that camp and I'm not sure I want to have a connection, you know? Yeah, that's kind of just a long-winded rant on why I kept it secret, but it's just so off-putting when people don't want to know anything else about you. They want to wish you like a Merry Christmas. They don't want to ever comment on any pics, but then they want to know your location. That's a little, it just makes me uncomfortable. So that's why I thought I was going to keep it secret and just let myself move and then I'll deal with it when I get there. And you know, like it's already started happening since I announced that I had moved. So like, I just thought I'm going to have my 3 weeks saying goodbye to Italy, dealing with the craziness of moving, and then I'll just deal with that later. And that's kind of why I separated it. So I did kind of feel bad for keeping the secret from that group, you know, that I do have the connection with, but it was just easier to keep those two separate and deal with everything separately. So that being said, I am now located at Fort Bragg, North Carolina. Really excited. It's on the East Coast of America. That's about all I know. I don't know anything about North Carolina aside from that it's the home of one of the greatest wrestlers of all time, Ric Flair. Woo! You have to do that when you say his name. It's obligatory. I can't help it. But that's all I know about North Carolina. Like, I know nothing. If you have any tips, any places to go, any foods I have to try, any things I have to see, like anything, any social norms I should be aware of, please let me know in the comments because I literally, Ric Flair is the only thing I know about North Carolina. Woo! So that's all I know. Very ignorant, very little knowledge. But I'm excited to be here because it's all new. Everything's new. I'm just like a little kid, you know, seeing everything for the first time, even though I can't really do much at the moment because I don't have a car. Still waiting for that. That's going to be like a couple of months, and then we're also living in this hotel room, so don't have a house or anything like that. So it's a little unsettled right now. It will be for some time, but on the plus side, I still have like months of Italy content to get through. I have so many posts just sitting there waiting to go. So if you are still following my blog and you're still living in Vicenza, I still have a ton more places to share with you until I even start North Carolina stuff. So it probably worked out well because since I can't get out and do anything at the moment, so like I can still get through that Italy content, share that with you, and then get started once my car gets here. So now I'm doing that whole new thing of like being an adult and trying to make new friends, which is just always, it's always a bit different than like when you're a kid in school or something. So now I'm doing that adult thing of trying to make new friends. And like right now I'm exclusively making friends with people who either drive a big truck or have a big truck, or they make like really great barbecue food. That's like my two categories. If you're like a vegan and you drive a Prius, like don't even bother, honestly. Just trucks, you have to either have a big truck or like make a mean mac and cheese, you know what I mean? That's a friend circle I'm going for right now. Also, I feel like I have to caveat that with like, that was entirely sarcasm. Sometimes people on YouTube, the sarcasm doesn't translate, or like they're not used to hearing it, but that was completely made up and I just thought it was funny, so I was like, hey, I'll say it. If you drive a Prius, I'll still be a friend, okay? So like, don't send me too much hate for hating on Priuses. It was a joke. And one interesting thing I've noticed since moving, and even like talking about moving months ago, was like Americans especially, there's like this weird half the country has this weird like self-hate cycle going on where they like feel bad about being American or don't like America. And so some people would be like, oh, I'm sorry you're moving to America, or like sympathizing in some way, or just saying how bad it is or how crazy it is. Like, don't even worry. Number one, it's not as bad as you think. And like number two, maybe get out and travel, see some third world countries, see some like actual bad countries and actual bad quality of life. And then you might be able to see America with some gratitude, because like it's really not that bad, and there's so many opportunities for you, and there's so much going on here to be grateful for. Like, it certainly has problems and has bad things, and I'm sure we'll be talking about that over the years, because I like to keep things balanced, you know, like it's not a rosy colored everything's great, but just go and travel and see some like proper bad countries where the quality of life is terrible and you wouldn't ever want to live like that. And then you can just be grateful that, oh, maybe America's not that bad. And the same people are mostly like very sympathetic about leaving Italy. Like, oh, I'm sorry I have to be there. Like, as if it's a devastating blow. But I'd been there 4 years, you know, and that's a long time to be in one place. And that's a long time to be in Italy. And as much as I loved it, as much as I had people there that I loved, as much as I loved things about the culture and the food and the love of community and things like that, the lifestyle, it's not where I live my best life, you know, and I didn't want to be there any longer. So I felt very relieved to leave. I felt like the weight of the world came off my shoulders, and I'm very excited to be in America, because it's just like the slow pace of life that everyone loves about Italy. I'm only 31 years old. I'm not ready to slow down, and I have no interest in slowing down yet. While I'm young and able and have energy, like, I'm making the most of life. I don't want to have a 3-hour lunch break or like slow down significantly. I'm ready to go, you know. So like, that's what I like about America, is that it makes me feel energized, and it makes me like feel like I can do a lot, which I like. I like that pace. And even yesterday, just like simple things in daily life, like yesterday I was working on a blog. I had about 20 photos to upload to my blog website. And in Italy, like, man, that would take, I would have to just, it would take like minimum 40 minutes. I would usually just set them to upload and walk off and do something else and like come back later. But here, I like set them to upload, I opened another tab, I did something real quick, went back to check how fast it was going, and they were done already. And like, that's the pace I need to be going to do like the amount of stuff I'm doing. That's the pace I want. So like, I was so relieved yesterday. I know this video is probably only gonna take a little bit of time to upload, compared to, I've had upload speeds anywhere, trying to make videos was so hard, anywhere from 1 day to 1 week to try and upload one video. So like, oh man, I'm excited for American speed Wi-Fi. But it's not just the Wi-Fi. Like, I don't just want to be here for the Wi-Fi. There's a lot I'm excited about. But yeah, it's weird. I don't want that to come across as like, I hate Italy or like negative towards Italians or anything like that, because I loved it as well. But it was kind of like a 50-50 love, where like I loved half of it, but then half of it I could have walked away, you know, quite happily. And just not for me. It's not even that it's bad. It's just like, for me and the things I'm interested in life, and like the pace I want to go in life, like that's just not where I'm at my best. It's not where I'm at my most like energetic and enthused. So I definitely loved it. I used it to get the most out of it. You know, I definitely maximized my time. I have no regrets. But like, I'm excited to be in America. I don't feel sorry for myself at all. Like, some people are feeling sorry for me. Like, I'm happy to be here. My husband says I'm more patriotic than some Americans, which is probably true, honestly. Like, it doesn't get much more freedom-loving patriot than an Australian immigrant, right? But yeah, I'm just excited. I'm excited for the new chapter. I'm just like excited and energized, and I'm like ready to go. And just once I can get out and go for a drive and stuff, I'll definitely be out there. Although I did go for a walk, and the road has like 5 lanes. The good thing, like at first I was really intimidating, because I thought, holy shit, that's like a 5-lane road. It might as well be a highway. Like, I don't think I've ever even driven on a 5-lane road in my life. And this is just a road right out there, and it's got 5 lanes. Why is there so many lanes? going one way. So I was like, "Oh, that's scary." But then, like the roads are like ample space to fit the car, you know, as opposed to Italy. Like when I was driving around, and it's like you can just fit two cars passing each other, but you have to like slow down so much just to be able to like squeeze past each other. But this is like space, so you know, you're driving, you need to overtake someone or whatever, there's like so much room. So a little less intimidating because of that. But at first, just seeing that many cars and that many lanes, I was like, holy shit balls, this is gonna be scary. But I think it's gonna be okay, because it seems like the size accommodates that many cars, and you know, you've got to have a lot of room for all those big trucks. So there's that. But yeah, see, rambling again. I can't help it. That was just a big ramble to say I'm excited to go for a drive. Why did I need that much detail in that story? So yeah, that's about it for now, I think. Just wanted to come on and like make this quick video and just sort of like talk about everything. It's just so much easier than Instagram stories, because you get like cut off after 4 stories, then you have to upload it and then figure out where you're up to and start again. I don't like that flow being interrupted. I'd rather just sit here and just chat. And I didn't have any notes or anything, so if that was just a big ramble and didn't make any sense, I'm sorry. I'm a rambler if I don't have notes. But yeah, it's sort of be fun to just sort of get on and just chat with everyone. But that's what's been going on with me. If you were wondering how Coco went, she sat with us for the flight. I'll put like a little photo here of her on the plane, but we put her, like, we had a row to ourselves, so we put her in the seat in the middle, and she just gave her the little blanket that came on the flight, and she just like laid down, went to sleep, and everyone walked past and said how cute she was. So it was really great. I'm glad that it was easy for her, because she was like my main stress. How's she gonna go on the flight? She just slept. She was fine. And we took her to all the pet areas during layovers, so she got some energy out, got to smell everything. Yeah, she was great. So that was good that she was okay. She's settling in now. Well, she's becoming a little American dog. But yeah, she went great. The move went smoothly, and that's kind of all I have for you, honestly. But I just wanted to say thank you for following me again. Excited to share all this this new chapter of life in America. And yeah, if you have any tips for North Carolina or anything in America, really, because you might be in a state that's nearby, or I mean, I'll be traveling around as much as possible once we can again, so like I might be near you. If you have any tips for wherever you live in America, definitely open to them and would love to hear them. But yeah, that's about it for now. I'll speak to you guys later. Bye.